Power 95 home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, DT3 Radio, your boy Train. I'm in the building, doing what I do, baby, doing what I do, man. All right now, it is 3 o'clock. I told y'all, special guest was coming through today to hang out with your boy Train. This guy's been out here really working, doing his thing. He's been at it for a minute. Definitely when you say inside the music grind. Mm-hmm. He's one of them people that you gotta bring his name up. You know what I'm saying? Because I've definitely seen the grind. Pause that just in case for all of my pause people out there. Yeah, I've seen him doing his thing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Factual. And the work he's put in. Factual. And like he's going and just for everybody out there, I talked to him a long time ago, and he's been talking about trying to get up here, and it took a while. Yeah, it did. But when you see what he's done and the work he's put in and what he got going on, when he hit me up, I said, yo, we got to get you in the studio because we got to have a conversation because I've seen the work ethic, and a lot of people, some people don't make it to my show and they be upset with me about that, and that's cool, that's fine. Yeah. But it's all about your work ethic and what I see. Factual. That speaks more volumes than you just telling me what you're doing and you just saying what you're doing. When I go to your page, talk to him, and I see it. Talk to him, Train. You know what I'm saying? When I see it, talk to him. It's undeniable. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think I said a quote. It said, "Let your hustle." Somebody let your hustle be quiet, and let your success speak louder. Ooh. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And this guy definitely did that. You know what I'm saying? And his success is speaking volumes right now. He out here doing his thing. In the building, y'all, my man Kellybangaz in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. Hey, man. Hey, it's a pleasure having you here, man, because you've been working. Yeah, absolutely. Nonstop. I grind 24/7. And one of the things I do want to point out is, I reached out a minute back, but overall, like I don't take, I forgot who it was that said it, but they said if you still get offended by hearing no, that you haven't heard it enough. Come on, you haven't heard it enough. You have not heard it enough. Right. So even on this grind, it's like, I take a no and I'm like, okay, maybe they don't see why I should be a yes. You know what I mean? And then I just keep grinding, I keep working. You can't force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do. Not at all. So, and sometimes things happen at the right time. Absolutely. Sometimes you're forcing things to happen at a time when they don't supposed to happen. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand it. So for everybody listening to the radio, let them get familiar with you. Tell them again who you are. Okay. Tell them about your studio, your area, where you from. Let's get into that real quick. So so I go by Kellybangaz, but everybody know me by Kelly. Right. I'm from Greenville, North Carolina. I own Media Majors, Double M. You heard it. He own it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Self-employed for 7+ years. Just been grinding. The grind has been ridiculous. And then as far as the journey goes with everything else, man, I've came from throwing events, hosting one of the biggest live stream type things that we had going on, Stop It or Drop It. And this is before COVID hit. So, this is pre-COVID. Yeah, I've always been an originator. Like, I don't like to copy at all. What I mean? So doing that and just continuing to, I feel like this word is oversaturated or overused, but continue to pushing the culture forward. That's right. But that's what you're doing. There's no unless we can figure out another way to say that. But that's exactly what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back in time with you real quick. Okay, talk to me. Before Kellybangaz and before Media Majors, what were you doing before that? Sheesh. Before you decided to say, I want to be a artist and a producer. Well, I'm going to put it like this. The artist has always been in me. I know it's a cliche type thing to say, but when I was 7, I was writing poetry. But before I made music my priority, bro, I was a internet technician at Suddenlink for years. So I'm answering the phone. No doubt. Thank you for choosing Suddenlink. Speaking. You know what I'm saying? So he already had the voice down pat. Yes, sir. So that translated over to, even with when I answer calls now, Kelly with Media Majors, how can I help you? Everything. No question. I feel like, you can't bypass experiences. Not at all. What I'm saying? You cannot do that. Everything really just added to my tool bag as far as who I am now. So I don't take L's, bro. Come on, man. And that was some growth in there. All right. So at what point, when did you turn that corner? When did you turn that corner and say, you know what? I want to go out here. I'm going to really pursue this music thing and get into this game?
It's two stages of it. So around like 2018,
right?
That's when 2017 I started Media Majors. But the thing about it is, as an artist, you don't make no money. You know what I mean? So you don't make no money.
Especially when it first started out.
Yeah, in the beginning stages, you're spending money. You're paying for promotion. You're paying for studio time. You're paying for videos. Yep. So my main thing is I just didn't want to work for anybody. You know what I mean? I didn't want to have a boss. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
I just ran Media Majors, and me being good at engineering and being a businessman is just a byproduct of the gifts that God gave me to create music.
No question.
You know what I mean?
No question.
I never started out and sought to be like, oh, I'm going to be an engineer, bro.
Right.
It's never been my thing, but my love and my passion for music is like, I can be mixing somebody's record, and I'm like, this is our record, bro.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Contributed to the process.
Fact. So that right there, that's when I started Media Majors. And then in 2019, I dropped my first EP that was called Candid. And I barred that whole project up like bars.
Right.
And the reception I got back from it was good.
Right.
But my homeboy Cecil, every time he would share my music, he was like, hey, my boy fire, but you got to listen to him, right? And that might have seemed like a compliment.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like a compliment.
Right,
like
at the same time.
You shouldn't have to tell people, but you got to
listen to it. Right, because that means I'm too deep.
Yeah.
Pause that just in case too, but that means I'm too deep for the average person to listen and understand.
Factual.
And that could be a downfall.
And after 2019, I said, okay, now I got to build up my web presence. So honestly, I've just been dropping single after single after single.
I saw that.
It's this thing called SEO, that's search engine optimization. So I just been making sure when you type in Kellybangaz, the first 5 pages on Google, you ain't gonna see nothing but me. Right. So everything, you know how they say it's an iceberg effect.
No question.
Everything majority of that is below the sea level. You feel what I'm saying?
No question.
So that's what my SEO is. That's what I've been grinding. That's what I've been building for. So it's never been a break. It's never been a time I took time off.
Right.
It's been times you didn't see me.
Right.
But I was always working.
Always working. Yeah, man. Because look, I'm telling you, you really went off on social media. So let's go back. So when did you when did you open a studio in Greenville? When did you say, let me open up my own studio in Greenville? So 2017,
right. I opened up the studio, and it was just more or less like I was always the youngest guy running the room. Like I worked in several other studios.
Right.
And it was things that I wanted to implement. Like, right now, before you even get to my studio, you got to book online, but you pay me before we get there. So when you get there, all we do is create. We're not funneling.
That's it. Come on. That process, that's it. That process sounds smooth.
But I do appreciate the places that I did work because I saw what to do and also
what not to do.
What not to do.
Yeah, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Learning experience.
Yeah.
If I get my studio, I'm not doing that.
Right.
When I get my studio, I'm going to do this.
Right.
No question.
You got to. So, and I didn't have to. I wasn't really losing at that point in time because, I wasn't taking the L's if somebody said, hey, bro, I'm going to book 10 hours and nobody shows up. I wasn't really taking that L now. On the back end, shorty at the crib, like, when you come home, da-da-da-da-da. So that's been one of the things where I've had to, with music, when you have a family, when you have a lot more things going on, balance. That's the key word right there. However, I've always tried to make sure that anybody that was involved in me, that invested in me, they saw some type of progress. Even me here now is some type of progress. So when you kind of get tired of my grind, you be like, but yeah, he's still doing it.
He's still doing it. That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right, man.
So yeah, that was Media Majors, bro. And I couldn't be more proud of starting it in 2017 and just, man, Greenville, if you in Greenville right now, you search recording studio, the #1 studio that pops up is Media Majors. No doubt. And that's not by chance. That's by choice.
Yeah, man. And that's by hard work, too. Let's not get that twisted. That's by hard work, man, for real. Kellybangaz in the building, and he's definitely dropping a project. We're going to talk music in a little bit, and we're going to play some of his music coming up in a little bit. So we're going to get into a couple of cuts right now. But right now, I want people to get familiar with who I'm talking to, and everybody out here in the ENC knowing who's in the building. Yes, all right. So you get the studio going. You got in the studio now. Let's talk about your artist process and you saying, okay, because I know you was doing a lot of engineering stuff. So when did you say, I'm going to release music as an artist? I'm going to put out a project, because I know you said you put the Bars project out. So what was your turning point when he told you that? Like, yo, you got to listen to him. What change did you make to your music and you being an artist at that point?
I chilled back a little bit because I didn't know how to take it at first. Like, I'm an intellectual person. So if I start writing things down, bro, a lot of times it's going to go over people's head. Like, not even on no cocky type stuff. That's just how I think. That's my process.
Your thought process. Right.
So the next level of it is the project that I just released on September 8th. That's called Henny and 808s.
Right.
My process transitioned from me listening to a song for hours and writing and coming up with the most intriguing and intricate bars.
Yeah, intellectual bars.
Facts, sipping Henny, and whatever I'm feeling that day, that's what's coming out on that record. And it's still going to be bars in there, but the fact that I got to come up with stuff on the spot, it actually like separates like, oh, this ain't going to go over their head because it's not a bar that I thought about for like 2 hours. Like, ooh, this is crazy. It's just like a feeling. And like we were speaking earlier, like music is feeling. So that's going to translate.
And some of the best music is spontaneous feelings.
Absolutely.
Spontaneous music.
But that's where that process went, man. It's really as simple as that, and just having other creatives around sometimes when I'm creating. But, you know, I cook up like a day-to-day type ordeal. Like I record 1 day a week, and that kind of forces me to, on that one day, bro, you better put some work in.
No question.
Every other day. And it's crazy, ironically enough, the day that I record is the day that I used to run Stop It or Drop It. So instead of me like opening my scheduler back up, I say, okay, this is me time now. But I still utilize it as if I'm paying for studio time, because that's a couple $100 that I could be getting.
That you could be making, right?
You feel me? So like when you're an entrepreneur, bro, you got to find your own way of motivating yourself.
Well, man,
your own way.
For real. Speak on that.
Just staying on top of that and staying in tune with it. When it comes to Tuesdays, bro, I don't play no games. Like everybody know, like don't hit Kelly up on Tuesday, because
he's not going to hit you back.
It's not.
You might hear from him Wednesday morning sometime.
It hit different on Tuesday. Don't hit me up on Tuesday. It's a no. You ain't got to ask. You know.
Right.
And that's how I feel like sometimes the whole subject of being selfish is looked at as like a bad thing, bro.
No, and it's not.
You gotta be
with your time.
Yes.
Say that one more time.
You have to be selfish
with your time, because some people don't get that. No, I'm going through that process right now with some people out there. You know, that I think some people don't realize. Being in radio, it's a lot that come with it. A lot of people feel like all I do is sit in here and get behind this mic and just run my mouth. It's a lot. It's just like anything else. This is 10% show.
Yes.
And 90% business. 90% of what really needs to happen happens from my desk, my office, my computer, and in the production room in the back. This is the enjoyable part of it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people forget that. And a lot of people forget I'm on other frequencies. I'm a family man. Got kids. I got a wife, got stuff to do. And people get confused when I get selfish with my time. And I say, look, I just don't have time right now.
But this is the
catch
thing.
Up with me.
It's because people want to see your labor, but they don't want to hear your pain.
No question.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So we just got to show up to work and just shrug it off and keep it moving.
Crazy.
But we adapt to that, bro.
You know what I mean? We ain't talking music, so, and you talking the project, you brought some songs. Let's get into one of the songs right now, so just for anybody that's listening right now and want to hear what Kellybangaz is all about.
Cool,
so which one we got? Interview, we got tempo. Which one we want to do?
I want to do tempo, and I'm gonna ask you this question. After you listen to the song, when we come back, I want you to tell me when I created this song. Because what I do is I have been created this song, but my buzz was not big enough for me to drop it, because it was not going to be received how I wanted to. So in order for me not to disrespect my creative process or my creation, I held on to it.
Okay. And sometimes you got to do that. Believe that. We're going to talk more about that right now. Let's get into that record. Kellybangaz right here. This joint is called Tempo.
Yes, sir.
It's DT3 Radio. Inside the Music Round with your boy Train. You know what's up.
Baby, just tell me you got nobody. The girl that you're in the Cody. My little way you moving on. Yeah, you got your Riri vibes, 3D thighs, 2 for 20 appetites. She got that shit that lock me down. I'm yelling free to God. Ain't no way you leaving alone. Either I'm coming with you or you gon' meet me at home. You gotta see it from the front of you. The thing even stunning you. Don't know who your ex is, but you shouldn't have gave him none of you. Text your bestie, tell her that she good to go. That she wanna come too, cause you never know. Suck that drink, you know we lit though. On me, girl, keep that tempo. Let's not think, just keep it simple. Slide with me, baby, let's get go. Suck that drink, you know we lit though. On me, girl, keep that tempo. that's cool. But baby girl, you know I got them too. You know you the one that I'ma choose. I hope that you don't mind breaking the rules. I hope you catching what I'm pitching. Can you at least throw me a sign, girl? Might reach your body, but I cannot reach your mind, girl. And I ain't rushing, slow it down and take your time, girl. If you keep blowing up your phone, just hit decline, girl. She told me that it's complicated, but I ain't worried. I'ma hold it like a conversation, and I'ma work you till I get that body condensate. She looking back at me and say this just a demonstration. Y'all give me that invitation. Suck that drink, you know we lit though. I on me, girl, keep that tempo. Let's not think, just keep it simple. Slide with me, baby, let's get go. Suck that drink, you know we lit though. I on me, girl, keep that tempo. Let's not think, just keep it simple. Slide with me, baby, let's get go.
Power 95 over the Steve Harvey Buddy Show. Kellybangaz right there, man. Keep that tempo. All right. I'm kind of stuck. I don't know if I could guess when you probably recorded that. I do know.
Give me a year, man. Give me a year.
Just give you a year.
Give me a year.
Let me see. It's 2023 right now. You say you held on to it for a while, so I'm thinking 17. You was in the studio, so I'm gonna say maybe 2019.
You hit it right on the head.
Come on, train. I'm nice with it.
You hit it right on the head. But at that, if you listen, that aligns with, like I said, I dropped a project in 2019.
Right.
So that's not too long after I was told, you know, hey, you got to listen to what bruh say. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was all vibes. Like, it was just me going in the studio. And for those of you that don't know, every beat you hear me on, either I made 100% of it, or
right.
I made 95% of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and the next track is funny. Like, I ain't going to it, but that one I did get help on, but it was just on some, just getting me out of my normal bubble. But
yeah, you got it.
Yeah, but with Tempo, man, it was just a feel good track. My homeboy, like my childhood homie, came down and he liked those. I don't know, he liked to be on the beach and stuff. So he like, bro, you know, play me something upbeat, bro. I want to, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, bro, I can go with a vibe. And,
yeah, man, you T-painting on that a little bit, you know, singing it. They got the vocals out. You got that T-painting on them.
You know what I mean? Hey.
But definitely, a record you can definitely hear on the radio.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think listening to your music and keeping up with you now, that you have developed and learned, which a lot of artists haven't yet, the balance of making records for your fans and making records for your fans that have to make it to radio. Absolutely. Like, it's a separation in those. Because some people don't get it when you be like, that's an album cut. They be like, what you talking about? Yeah. You don't realize what an album cut is. You got to know the difference from an album cut and what sounds like radio.
I can hear something, I'll be like, yo, that sounds like a track 5.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
some people, what do you mean? Right?
That's a track 5, bro. That's substance. Or a track 1 that makes you want to hear more. You know, you got track 1s, track 5s. To be real with you, I think Tempo is like track 3, so it's good enough.
Definitely,
it's good enough to make you keep going.
Definitely, like when people release an album, they say, "Oh, I got my top 2 or 3 singles. That's going to be my release records." That's a release record.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can put that in your 3.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody had a favorite pick. You know what I'm saying? Out of their music and their record right there. So 2019, that's when you recorded that. That's right
when
there.
I recorded it, and then I didn't honestly even know the whole purpose of. I'm gonna be real with you, Henny and 808s. Train, I got so many records in a folder in my vault right now.
How many records you think you got? Best guess. How many?
Man, I got a good 60 records. That's just me alone, right? And then I got a project that I kind of kept in the cut too, and it was called Here For It, but it was playing on, like, you know, when people are like, I'm here for it,
right?
But it was like HEAR, and any artist that had a buzz around here, I said, let's collab. And, and I made a beat and I did everything. And whoever you think is the dopest, we're going to go neck and neck. I got a whole project. I'm talking Glock Boy, LA, Cash, anybody that had buzz.
So you got him right now. And you ain't released that?
No, I haven't released it. I haven't released it. It's in the cut.
Like, how you want to sit on that?
Hey, look, when Black come home. You know what I'm saying?
That's smart. That's smart.
So
that's smart.
It's part of a plan. Everything is calculated, man.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody...
This was, and not to interrupt, but this was just me when I did this project. You know, my boy Dre, he was like, "Man, Kelly, when you release it?" And I've been doing singles, but singles weren't garnering what I wanted them to bring in. Right. So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna do a project, and I'm gonna just drop a lot of the songs that I already recorded." And me and myself, my perfectionist self, I done went and recorded so many more songs. Right. But I'm glad I did because I came with a different energy because I had a different result that I was trying to get out of it. No doubt. So it's a mixture of songs that have been previously recorded on Henny and 808s and songs that I created in the process. And some of them was like, ooh, like track 1 is called That's It Okay. And overall, it's just an upbeat song. I was like, I need something upbeat to bring them in. I want them to get the track 2. They got to get the track 2.
Got to get the track 2.
You know, it's all about just the overall creation. Like my boy Nipsey said, it's a marathon.
It's a marathon, man, for real. Everybody try to hit that home run out of the park sometime, first time. Sometimes you got to make it the second base, third base to get home.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying? So set the project up right, man. Have a strategy, have a plan. It seems like you're definitely a well-planned person, like when you put stuff together. Because I think a lot of people go into the studio and they just be like, let's just go in here and make a hit and not thinking past, okay, say you do put that record out and it do blow up. What you got after that?
Yeah, you got to create a funnel, like everything that I have. So even with, I brought Train a shirt today, and on the shirt it's called a dynamic QRC code, right? So you know you got static QRC codes and dynamic QRC codes.
Question.
That code that you got on that shirt, bro, I can go and I can change what link it goes to. When you get that's a dynamic one. The static ones, once you print it, that's it. Like you can't really change nothing up. So when you scan that with your phone, bro, it goes straight to the album.
Well, let me ask about the wash and wear on it. So if I wash this and preheat it and dry it, I'm gonna still be able to scan it.
I guarantee you, it's gonna be worth everything you paid for it.
Okay, no doubt.
What you pay for it?
Huh? Nothing.
Exactly. So you good either way.
What? I'm gonna scan it. I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna scan it. As soon as the first time I watch it, I'm gonna see what Kelly talking about.
What it do, man.
I'm gonna scan it. I'm gonna be like, word, it worked. I'm gonna send you the thumbs up.
It works.
I'm gonna send you the thumbs up.
I promise it works.
Hey, yo, we hanging out. Kellybangaz in the studio. We coming back. I'm going to keep the lights on. Cut the check. Come right back. We going to play some commercials. I know y'all love that. I'm going to hit you with some commercials. Come right back. We got more music with it. We're going to talk more media majors, more Kellybangaz, DT3 Radio. Y'all hang around. It's power.
And that actually got cut down from, I think I was at 13. But some of it just didn't feel right. So I took 2 off. And I might take something out of Chris Brown's book and do like a deluxe album.
Right, no question.
Doing that
hey, look, SZA about to drop a deluxe album right now after her project. She got a deluxe coming out.
What's your take on the deluxe? You in the radio world, it's a whole different world to me. How you take that?
The deluxe album, it depends. It depends on, I say do it. Depend on how your first project was received.
Factual.
Let that dictate if you're going to do the deluxe album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got songs, because sometimes it takes songs a while to resonate and people to really start messing with them and liking them. Some people got instantaneous, boom. Like, I think SZA's album this time, she has so many instantaneous just records that resonated to women.
Yeah.
It made her project just really explode.
Yeah.
So definitely, she like, I got to do a deluxe album.
They follow SZA because of her brand. Period.
Yeah, like, but yo, she's a hell of an artist.
No facts.
Like,
not taking nothing from it. But from an artist standpoint, you gotta understand you have to be interesting enough for people to want to follow you.
And that adds on to them listening to your music.
Yes.
Because I was having a conversation, music talk all the time. Once Summer Walker had came out, Ari Lennox. Who else just dropped out? Her when she came out, and SZA wasn't on the scene for a while. I was like, man, a lot of people that jumped in her lane.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait to see how she come back.
Yeah.
Does she stick to her guns and stay that SZA we know, or is it gonna be a little different? And like, yo, she added a little spice to it when she did like the Kill Bill records, and the vibe of her videos were a little more edgy. You know what I'm saying? But she still gave us that SZA. And like, she jumped right back in there and took that whole lane back over again.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. My go-to, like when I listen to like references and even just her music is fire, bro.
Right.
Ella May is fire, bro.
Oh yeah, no question.
Ella May is fire.
Definitely. Her live show was crazy too.
Maybe I don't relate too much to SZA. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where I am, you know, I probably don't. You know what I mean?
For me, SZA, I don't know. I guess because I know how important that female fan base is. Because females, they run radio.
Yes, absolutely.
And certain records,
run everything.
that's true. But just saying radio right now, they do run everything. Supermarket, stores, everything. Let's be clear. But like I just knew that SZA was gonna come back with a project that was gonna be like, soon as it dropped, me and my missus was riding around and we were listening to the album, and I kind of bounced off of her because she's real edgy when she's an Erica Badu, Jill Scott fan. She's in that lane.
Okay.
So I love to hear the new artist and what her reaction is gonna be, because I can vibe off of that. And when it was playing,
you know what's new now is that like men are listening to women. Like, have you noticed that a lot more? Like, what's Glorilla?
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of dudes like, bro, y'all crazy. Glorilla go crazy.
Come on.
Bro.
But I got to say this. I listen to it when it's in here and it's on the radio. But I'm not getting in the car and that's on my album. That's now since I do,
Okay.
Of course SZA. Now, this is the thing.
Stand on it.
I'm not in there by myself when I'm listening. I don't listen to SZA by myself and vibe. But when I'm with my joint, me and her vibing together, I'm in there snoozing with her.
Okay.
You know, we in there playing joints. You know what I'm saying?
So
but it ain't in the deck when I'm riding down the street.
Did she ask you to turn it on, or do you just turn SZA on?
I mean, you got to, let me tell you this, fellas. You got to know. First off, never stop dating your lady and know what your woman want before she asks for it. So when I get in the car, I'm already got the playlist ready for her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she don't want to hear NLE Chopper.
Facts.
You know, I know she don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So you got to, you want to make the ride enjoyable and cut the right music on. So, know what your lady want before she asks for it. And trust me, she'll stick around longer. She'll be like, this man knows me.
And this is the thing. Speaking of that, with this project, I'm going to be real with you. It's geared more towards the ladies.
No question. Especially when I heard the Tempo record right there. Like, I was like, okay, because I wasn't expecting, when I saw Tempo, I saw the title, my radio mind just started going, where he going with this? But then when it came on, I was like, okay.
It was originally called Mind, though, right? I have no idea why it was called
Mind. Hold on, it was called what?
Mind and then Though.
Mind, Though? Like yep. Tempo was better. Tempo was, if I would have been in the studio that day and you would have been like, yo, Mind, Though, or Tempo? I'd have been like, Tempo.
Now, let me go back to my process of sipping when I create.
Okay,
that's what
all right.
You feel what I'm saying?
All right, there you go.
I'm out here, I'm like, bro, this got to be named something. So, I just typed something in there. But yeah, Tempo, shout out to DJ Regal. He honestly helped me do the playlist as well. I was like, bro, what should we call this? And he was like, Tempo. And we just went with Tempo, bro.
There it is. Created, bro. And that's it. That's it. And it's a good title, flows good. It speaks to the record, you know what I'm saying? Great. Like that. Matter of fact, we talking music again. Yes, so let's get into another joint off the project. This joint is called Interview.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're going to get into that, and then we're going to chop it up and find out all about this record coming up in just a minute. All right. Kellybangaz, we in the studio.
Give me that job. Asking to work through the weekend. Girl, that's a yes. Ain't no need for other interviews. Why waste the time? I don't even need to read the application. Where do I sign? What if you leave it up to me? Give me that job. Asking to work through the weekends. Girl, that's a yes. Ain't no need for other interviews. Why waste the time? I don't even need to read the application. Where do I sign?
Fighting my energy, try to go easy, it's so difficult for me. I send you signals just for you to mix some things, but so confusing. You sleeping peacefully, first thing you do is wake me to the 10th degree. What if it could be easy? It's not that hard to keep.
I know the job, I really think that I'm the best fit. Some tell me I'm the only one that qualifies. So what I need to do to show I'm interested. I'm foolish how you beat up from the Carter vibe. I know a better way of talking, be invested. Make a day to have a meeting, we can strategize. You should call you come around and get congested. Make a move cause I've been known to overanalyze. You be looking so yum, 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 yum. I pull up the work, but it's not for mine. You know you the only reason that I clock it. And whenever I'm with you, I know they watching. And when they looking, they gon' see that you for sure belong to me. Just tell me what I gotta do to make you lock in. All them girls you keep around you, they be blocking. Don't you say you never notice, this ain't shot. If you leave it up to me, give me that job. Asking her why through the weekend. Girl, that's a yes. Ain't no need for other interviews.
Where did that sample come from? That? Or did you just create that?
I have no idea where that song came from. That this is the one Dre helped. Dre helped me make the beat, and so I'm like, bro, just started, and I'll finish it.
Right.
9 times out of 10, I'm not just gonna make no beat like this, you know.
Right.
But it was like he started doing that. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But what's the name of it? It's big in the producer world. You gotta pay a subscription, and, and you get like royalty-free samples.
Okay. Right.
What if I made you my new girl?
Definitely get a record. Giving it the flavor.
Somebody lied, you know.
Who was the girl? Well, I'm asking that one.
Yeah, I got
I'm asking that one.
Well, I be like that too.
Right.
She said we all got our bruises. I know that's only your defense. Try to let all of your juices. The way I got you peeking. I promise I won't be intrusive. Give him the week, give me weak. You know I'm on call. Just ring my line. Even when I might stall. So they take my time. So you know I'm on call. Just ring my line. Even when I might stall. So they take my time. What if you leave it up to me? Give me that job. Asking her why through the weekend. Girl, that's a yes. Ain't no need for other interviews. Why waste the time? I don't even need to read the application. Where do I sign? What if you leave it up to me? Give me that job. Asking her why through the weekends. Girl, that's a yes. Ain't no need for other interviews. Why waste the time? I don't even need to read the application. Where do I sign?
Power 95 over the Steve Harvey Morning Show, DT3 Radio. We up here inside the music grind. Kellybangaz interview, man. Yo, hey, let me just say this before we even start, because I've heard.
You were surprised, D-Train?
I've heard a lot of Kellybangaz records.
Yeah,
and those two records right there,
I love it.
It's definitely a different vibe for you.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
definitely a different vibe, man. Like I'm gonna keep it honest. Yeah. I might not have known if you could take it there.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Because I mean, a lot of the stuff that I see or you post,
bars,
you know what I'm saying. So to see you be able to make that transition into that, man, that shows a lot of growth. Even though one of those records was an older record, but just the vibe of it. And how you put it together. I think I like Interview more than Tempo. Tempo's still a good joint, but I don't know. Some Interview lit. Yo, that vibe. Like who's the lady singing? Who's the female singing?
So that's Monet. Monet is so she's in Greenville. She I don't know. She's currently enrolled in East Carolina University.
Okay.
But she was a client that came and she just had a vibe where like her energy was there as far as like the vocals and everything.
Right.
And I don't even do this on the often. Like I don't do this, but I was like, all right, I might want you to do background on some stuff for me, you know what I mean? Right. So I get her to pull up on on a Tuesday when it's like one of those type vibes, and she'll just be humming stuff. Like none of this is scripted, so she'll just do whatever. And if it's fire enough, like no shade whatsoever, you may not make it up here.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
You may not make it.
Right, so,
but that's the chance with everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it out there.
On this record, you know, she said, Kelly, I got this part, and I honestly didn't even have a hook yet, right? So the part that she ended up doing, that could have been the hook, and I would say, I tell you what, because I was having such a hard time, because the beat was so fire.
Right.
I was having such a hard time.
Right.
I said, if I don't come up with anything better than whatever you're about to put down, then this will be the hook. And that put pressure on me, so I was like, I got to slide on this hook. You feel me? So shout out to Monet, man. I told you, I got to find ways to motivate myself, bro.
Right, man.
And that's one of them, bro. For real, for real.
Well, I definitely will say this, man. Those two records, definitely, Interview definitely shocked me. Amazing records. Definitely can hear those on the radio anywhere, anytime right
Train,
now.
I'm trying to tell you, if you listen to Henny and 808s, like
the whole project. You got to send me the whole project now.
I will.
You got to send me the whole project now so I can check out the whole project.
It doesn't lack. I'm talking about from track 1 to track 11.
So you can just press play and rock, and you go.
And it takes you through every spectrum of what you would normally go through as a man, because everything that I talk about is true.
Right. No question. What I'm saying?
And
gotta give them the real lyrics.
Feel it. And so, like, even with interview, it was just more like I work all the time, right? So I do this thing where I love analogies,
right?
And I'm just more or less like, I'm hollering at Shorty, and I'm like, why you want to even have interviews with anybody else, bro? Why waste your time?
Come on, right?
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I work through the weekends. What you need? Holidays? It doesn't matter.
Nah, man.
Me?
There you go.
That's where it comes from, and just that creative bone of mine. Like, I was like, I want to find a new way to say the same thing.
No question.
And that's where that came from. But I do want to take it back to one thing that you said. So, this is one of the harder things for me as far as on a marketing perspective. So when the stuff that you normally see as far as the bars and stuff, that's because my older fan base, that's all they know me for.
Right, your core. So, you're part of your core fan base.
So it'll be like, they might not want to hear Melody Kelly. You feel what I'm saying?
They might not want the T. Kelly.
They don't want it.
They don't want that.
They're going to ride me with that T.
That's it.
They don't want that guy. So a lot of times with the bars, bro, like I'm so good at this stuff. Like, it's kind of like watching a Harlem Globetrotters game, right? You know the boys can ball.
Yeah, no question.
But they doing everything but what you would see at a normal NBA game. They doing tricks and everything. So the videos that you typically see is me just throwing out some bars that I know is going to get the oohs and the eyes.
Right, no
and
question.
This right here is me taking you and showing you I can make it in the NBA too.
Right, no question.
Make it in the NBA
right.
too.
That's a great metaphor for that. You heard for real. I can give you the Harlem Globetrotters, or hey, if I want to play in the NBA, take it a notch this way, and I can do that. No question.
I do want to take the time to shout out my boy Dre of the East. So how this came about is Dre cooks all the time. He records every single day. It's aggravating sometimes,
right?
But it's like it's also motivating.
You love it, but at the same time, you be like, man,
bro, what are you doing?
Sit down sometime.
I'm telling you, when he was going through heartbreak, my God, I was like, bro, go walk in the rain or something, bro.
Right.
So it was like, I tell you what. I said, I'll make a beat for you and you make a beat for me. And we got to go off each other's beat. And so he was like, what do you want to, what kind of vibe you rocking with? And I was like, yeah, I kind of want some, reggae type, upbeat. You feel me? And so he started making it. And what he did was he sent the stems over. And I rearranged, add chops, and did all this other thing. The beat was so hard, bro. I was mad. I was like,
ain't nothing I can do.
He killed this beat, bro. He killed this beat. But I'm going to tell you, like, this is about to sound like some hater type joint.
Right.
Look, listen, Interview is not the project favorite, right? It's a song on the project called Bonnet, right? And it is no features on Bonnet, and I made the beat. So listen.
So that's your favorite on the.
That's my favorite.
Oh my God!
That's my favorite. But if you listen to the interview at the end, like where it was doing all those little chops and stuff, that's why it wasn't just produced by Dre the East, because those was Kelly chops.
That's you. That's you in there. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all know about that Bonnet thing. Once I check the whole project out, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know if he was tripping in. I'm gonna be like, nope, interview. Nah, I'm gonna definitely let him know that. Hey, man, but I definitely enjoyed you coming through and seeing what you got going on. He'll definitely be back. I need to come out there and check the studio out, man. Come hang out one day. Except for on Tuesday.
Except for on Tuesday. Don't hit me up on Tuesday. D&D.
Tuesdays is something else for me, too. So it'll definitely be like a Thursday, like a day like today. Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody out there, how do they get in touch with you? Give them your social media and the music.
Absolutely. So yeah, Kellybangaz, Kellybangaz. That's on any social media site, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not on TikTok as much, but it's up there.
I don't be talking that much. I just to watch stuff, but I don't post a lot.
Yeah, bro. It's different. Facebook. Honestly, if you Google or you type in kellybangaz.com, if you know how to spell my name, you're going to reach my content. So
tell them how to spell it. Yeah, about to say
Kellybangaz. There are no spaces. And like I said, if you hear me on the radio, reach out to me. Because I also want to show love to D-Train because, I didn't have to be here. I didn't have to be here.
Come on, say it again.
I did not have to be here.
Come on,
you feel what I'm saying? So shout out to
his work was speaking so loud that I was like, I gotta get him in here and I can't wait. We gotta go ahead. He got a project coming out. The timing was perfect. It lined up just right. I said, yo, Definitely. Come see me next week.
I'm going to leave you with this. I forgot, I'm big on one-liners. So it said, a man is rewarded in public for how hard he works in private.
Come on.
You feel me?
There it is.
And that's all that needs to be said. But Kellybangaz, man.
And if any artist out here wants to book with you or the studio or want to record.
There you go. Keep me on my job.
Yeah, no doubt. What they need to do.
So my day job.
Right.
So, you can go to, on Instagram, Media Majors, MEDIAMAJRZ. And it's like literally a booking link up there. You can see the availability 24/7.
Okay.
Right now, we're currently doing a special where it's only $60 an hour.
Okay.
And when I say we record, bro, we make hits.
Nah, man.
We make hits.
Down. They out there doing their thing.
We make hits.
Buzz is crazy right now.
Sir.
I might go out there and record me a record.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? For real. I got some bars.
You can record an ad if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting the song out.
Okay.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get my DJ Khaled on. Yeah, man.
Okay.
For real. Train got bars. I just don't use them. I never had a reason to. But when I put the pen to the paper, I can give you something. Okay. I can give you something. Yeah, man.
Got you.
Hot 6'8", 16, whatever you did. But for real. All right, so y'all stick around, Kelly. Glad you came through, man.
Appreciate you,
hey, yo, I gotta stick around. I forgot what I got coming up.